Hello guys, welcome to my video series tutorial to talk about Microsoft Semantic Kernel. One of our video we talk about how to use AutoGen framework using Microsoft Semantic Kernel. In this sample we created the AutoGen agent and we passed the kernel object and we created the response from the agent. In this video I'm going to focus on how to integrate Microsoft Semantic Kernel plugin into AutoGen framework agent. Let's start how to implement the feature. First up, I have created my project. It's called the AutoGen kernel plugin. Just close this. Here in the main program.cs file, I created my kernel builder object using GitHub chat completion. This GitHub chat completion API, I already talked about this one. This is a custom API. You can use, it's a free. Once you get the approval, you can start using of this GitHub chat completion API. And I added my plugin, weather plugin. This is a default plugin. I almost use all the program. So in this plugin, external weather plugin is connected to the weather API, get the weather information based on the city. So this plugin has been added into the kernel object here. And I define my chat message content as a user. I'm going to send this information, history of Chennai and the weather information. So this information I go to pass to the AutoGen agent. So AutoGen agent going to create the response and use the plugin to get the real-time weather information also. And I set the system message. So you have to go to retrieval the history data and find weather information based on the city. I just specified this also as a system message. So here we are going to create the agent. In our last video we created the agent using this semantic kernel agent. So in this step we created the agent. For in this sample I'm going to use the extension method to create the kernel object. There are two ways you can create. One for this, using this class you can create it. From there you have to pass the kernel object and the name you have to provide. So as I mentioned, I'm going to use the extension method. So that I'm going to use it. And make sure you have to install this AutoGen semantic kernel NuGet package. Here I installed my NuGet package, and for GitHub connector I used my community package GitHub model. So these two packages has to be used for this sample. So go back to program.cs file. So here I'm going to create the AutoGen framework agent. So just add the create agent where AutoGen agent is equal to kernel dot semantic kernel agent. This extension method we have to call. Here we have to pass the required argument. The first argument is a current object. That's what this kernel object is coming to handle the extension method. Main object is a name of the agent we have to pass. So the name of the agent here, AutoGen plugin agent, we just call this AutoGen plugin agent. Second argument, we have to set the system message. System message I have already specified in the line number 26. So I pass the variable name here as the system message. Third argument, we have to specify the prompt execution setting. So here we have to specify when this plugin should call. So that we have to specify. So here I'm going to define the settings. So create the settings here where setting equal to new of OpenAI prompt execution setting. This tool call behavior we have to set when this plugin function should call. So I go with the default function call. So I have to use this auto invoke kernel function. Assign it here. And this argument I have to pass to the here AutoGen settings. That's it. So our agent is ready. In this line number 37 we created our agent. The next step, we have to pass our chat message content information to this agent. To pass this chat message content, we cannot simply pass it because AutoGen agent expecting the message content information. So we have to convert this chat message content into the message content. So here I added here message equal to message envelope dot create. We have to pass the chat message content. So once it's passed, the next step we have to pass this information to the agent, where response equal to await AutoGen agent dot send async function. We have to pass the message. Once we get the response, again is a message interface. We have to convert to the chat message content. So here I'm going to define the variables chat message content, the response content here equal to null, and check the condition. If response is message envelope, it's a kind of chat message content, and assigned to the one variable called envelope, and here we assign it. So response content equal to envelope dot content. Finally we print the result. So console dot write line response content dot content. That's it. Maybe here we can check the null condition also. So seems to be all fine. So the first step, we created the kernel object. Once the kernel object has been created, we pass the plugin information, and here we define user message and system message. And line number 38, we created the AutoGen agent object. From there we pass the name and the system message and the settings. The settings we specified auto invoke kernel function. So based on the condition, automatically this function get invoked, and here we pass the system message to message envelope to convert to the message envelope object. This information passed to the AutoGen framework, and we get the response, and the response again we convert back to the chat message content, and we get the response, just we print it. We quickly run this application and see the output. Here we get some information about the Chennai, history of Chennai, and current weather information in Chennai. I do one more step. I just put the breakpoint in the external weather plugin so that we just confirm whether this data come from the external weather plugin. So just go down, and I put the breakpoint in the response line number 26. Stop the application and start again. Yeah, it's get called, and here we get the information: location Chennai, country India, some other information is coming. So it's confirmed, it's calling the external weather plugin. Yeah, and we get the response. In our next video, we talk about how to avoid using this conversion. Here we use the chat message content, this one, and to pass to this agent, we convert to the message envelope. Again, we convert back to the chat message content. So how to avoid it, that we talk about in our next video.